Hello YouTube, and this is Quantem again with another Manhunt, and this time in Venice. And I'm actually doing this one with my guildmates, I guess, from the Outcast Templars, and it shows that you can actually get a fair amount of points in defense, and you don't need to be able to do everything in offense. Let's get this going and see what happens.
Round 1.
Okay, so here's the start of it. We are just kind of getting situated, and I apparently decided to take the most inefficient route to the bad guys, as we are all running. We are actually all on headsets. You're not going to be able to hear it, but you know, we are communicating quite well. And actually, at this point, one of them is saying how he has poison and wants to, and we're just saying, you know, making sure that, you know, we won't go off and kill his poison when he does it. As you can see, there's one guy poisoned, and the other one takes off.
You have been stunned.
I get stunned.
You have
Never much fun.
Contract lost.
Usually, if you're, you know, you're in the middle of stuff and you seem to survive, and you're on defense. Usually, you've been poisoned if you actually manage to survive a pack of people like that. So right there, my teammate got stunned, but I was waiting outside the smoke for it to clear, and then managed to get in there and get our target. And there, right there, is my he's like a leader in the Outcast Templars, and Zoidberg, and he managed to guess really well and pick the right one. So I believe it's here where I decided to try to get clever. I thought I see one of the knights head off in that direction at a run, and so I'm gonna go around him. But he isn't anywhere near. I must have seen something else, because he really isn't anywhere near this place. So I need to get back to my teammates, because in like most games, team games, you want to stay near your teammates so you can, you know. And there we go. We have two smoke bombs. Nobody was in range of anybody, so it didn't really amount to anything. I take off. I go after him, but then you know, he's long gone. But I do know that the other guys are around here, and so they're like, "There's the group," and our opponent takes off again. This time hitting to the top of the building, which is unless you have one of those zip lines, it's very hard to actually catch them. And there's actually, what you just saw was an interesting technique for dealing with smoke. Is when it smokes like that, you actually climb above it. If there's a wall nearby, you get up and over it, and you're actually able to jump on top of the bad guys and not have to worry about getting choked out by all the fumes. And here I'm just trying to figure out which way to go. Because my teammates are on the ground, I figure I can get some aerial support in, as it were. I don't remember if it particularly works out, but I know in this series I get at least one in this play session, so I don't know where it actually lands. And one thing that's going to take a lot for me to get used to is the simple fact that I can die from falling, unlike in this game. And that's actually a bunch of luck. I couldn't see anything, and I'm like, okay, there's a guy over here, and I just basically took him out in the hope that it actually was worth something, and I just got lucky. And I think that amounts to both my kills for this particular match. I only scored like 800 points, something like that, for this particular session on the offense. But as you can see, we only got another 30 seconds left, give or take.
30 seconds remaining.
And this whole time we're talking back and forth over the headset. I actually enjoy talking on the headset a lot, but you have to be with people who are actually going to talk to you. There's some people that keep their headset on, and for whatever reason, they just don't know what's on, and so you just get a bunch of feedback or people talking that aren't talking to you. It's very weird. And there we go. My teammates are complaining, didn't score high enough for them. I'm like, well, suck it up. I got 800 points in that, which is really, really bad. And so I don't really expect myself much for myself on these games, but in this case, I'm like, all right, let's see if I can increase my points. And I actually managed to with this. I do really well on defense, scoring close to 3,000, almost 4,000 points, and on defense alone. And here we're setting up for our defense of being stun lock, where you basically, if you have a good team, they're communicating, you can actually just kind of keep rotating, and you're just stun locking one set of people after another. And this guy right here is kind of scouting for our team. Excuse me. So he can get points. There's our one bad guy. Head guy runs after him. There's another bad guy. I run into the smoke. I see this guy over here, and on a whim, I go for the stun. I get him. This guy, I get another stun. And we're trying here. If we do it right, all the 3 or 4 of us just have to keep rotating from one person to the next. But then we get smoked, and there I get killed. The problem with now what we're faced with is that we are scattered, and we have to get back together as a group, and so we can have mutual support. Alright, here, just there, I'm figuring out where people are. I try to go in for the stun here, which I get. He gets to attack him, but I manage to block him, and I'm off. This particular part of the match, I'm using smoke bomb and morph. And here, I saw that my 2 teammates die, and for whatever reason, I decided to run in there and try to get a couple of stuns, but didn't even get one. Our point-wise, we're really outpacing our opponents. I mean, they're really not even close. So, which can be disheartening, but it shows what teams that are talking can do. And it's actually very weird for me to be on the other end of that. Because often enough, I may be on a team, but we're not communicating at all. And communication is very important. Here I'm trying to slowly make my way to my teammates. Keep in mind that because if you just jump and go right after them, you run the chance of dying, getting seen, because you're running, and which is and that doesn't do any good if you drag your opponent to the other side. Here we have a guy on top of a container, and now I'm kind of guarding this one on the floor. I get him for a stun. I'm like, oh, okay, we got this guy over here someone needs to get over there so they can set the stun lock. But at that point, everybody has died. I get one more stun in, and then get swiped by. I think, hey, I might get a chance to get away, but I don't. I guess now, for the first time, actually, I heard the term point denier, where basically the person doesn't try to stun you, they just take off. I've done that more than a couple of times, because it is frustrating to be that guy, because a lot of people often aren't willing to chase after you.
Stun.
They'll go for a little bit, but if you can get onto a lift or through other chase breakers, they're not about to keep going. They'll just stop, switch targets, and keep going. Especially in a game like this, where you can just switch targets with a button instead of having to kill an innocent. This, by the way, marks my last video before I actually have to go back to work. I was actually on vacation for a while since I started doing this, which is unhappy, but you gotta work so I can keep doing more videos like this. Keep feeding my family, as it were.
Stun.
Here we go, another stun. And there's a good example of getting above the smoke. Of course, he was really above it and was up there before it actually even went off, so he was just going for the aerial bonus. Here's, what, 30 seconds left. The game's pretty much over, so I'm just like, you know what, just use this. But then I see the two other players. I'm like, well, crap. And over there to try to help, but get one stun in, and that's about it. And that's pretty much it for this game. When you look at the points that I got, you'll actually see that I got the close to almost 4,000 total, or over 4,000. So I got over 3,000 points. That on just defense, which is fantastic. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment if you like it, and I will see you guys later.
You have finished first.